Alright, so we've taken out Misty. Our next course of action is going to be defeating Surge, because I don't believe we can go into Koga's gym just yet. I believe we need to take out at least Lieutenant Surge. I've heard Erica's optional, but I guess we'll find out. But you know what? It actually wouldn't hurt to go in and just check. But one thing that I did forget to share that I didn't know that this was going to happen, after beating Misty, we get a Finizen. So that's another free encounter that we got right there. I don't think, water type is going to help us very much against Lieutenant Surge, but it's good to have for future battles. Alright, first thing I want to do is I'm going to take the Poke Rider on over to Fuchsia and just check on Koga's gym. If we can't go in, then we're headed to Vermilion. But we have at least 2 boss battles to do today. Probably 3. Yeah, okay, so we can't go there. Let's go to Vermilion then. Poke Rider. Vermilion City. We're up against Lieutenant Surge, who opens up with Pommet. Now the conditions for this battle are permanent electric terrain and permanent magnet rise. For those of you who don't know, what Magnet Rise does is it basically gives a levitate effect to the Pokemon using Magnet Rise. So permanent Magnet Rise means that every Pokemon on Surge's team has a levitate effect, which is unfortunate because the only weakness that Electric has is Ground. So luckily, Surge only has 1 pure Electric type and is Mega Manectric, meaning that we can exploit the other weaknesses because everybody else is a dual type. But yeah, unfortunately, Ground type moves will not be effective here. Cool. So let's go ahead and save state. Which ones did I have before? 8 and 9. All right, let's do that. 9. What does my team look like right now? Oh, team is very unhealthy. You know what? That's okay. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I probably should heal. Just because if I am going to start with a test run, I'd like to see what my team can and cannot tank. The electric terrain is the most annoying because that means that all the electric type moves are going to be super amped. So what I'm thinking actually is if I can get like a dual ground type, so that we have immunity to electric and then maybe like ground and then something else that's good for a bunch of other types. If I had like a ground and psychic type, that would be good for Pommet and Iron Hands. If I had like, let's see, there are no ground and fairy types yet. Ground and dragon would help with Miraidon. Iron Moth is an interesting one because it's actually not an electric type, but it is a Paradox Pokemon, so it'll be able to take advantage of Quark Drive. Quark Drive is the signature ability of all the future Paradox Pokemon, and Lieutenant Surge does have quite a few on his team in Iron Thorns, Iron Moth, and Iron Hands. What Quark Drive does is when the Pokemon enters the field on electric terrain, it will allow them to get a stat boost in their highest stat. So for Iron Thorns, it's going to be attack. Iron Moth, it's going to be special attack. Iron Hands, it's also going to be attack. Cool. Cool. We can do that. What's going on, Dead Echo? How's it going? Starting with Lieutenant Surge today. So we'll see how long this takes. I know I have a few free encounters that I can use, but we'll see how they go. Alright, so Pommet, according to this guide, is Jolly Nature with a speed stat of 184. And is carrying a Focus Sash. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do is get rid of that Focus Sash. Fake out. Okay, now what I don't know is what move is Lieutenant Surge planning to use here. I'm going to assume that it's some sort of electric type move because I think he's going to go for the KO. And I'm going to swap into Luck. Thunder Punch. Alright, I was correct. We get a special attack boost. Now, Luck's nature, I think, is modest here. Yeah, Luck is modest nature, and we are unfortunately slower than Pommet by 1 speed EV. So what I'm thinking we should probably do, actually, is switch into Excalibur here, because anticipating the fighting type attack. Here we go. Alright, now we can safely Shadow Ball. We can take a Thunder Punch because we're in shield form, although it will hurt a lot. Yeah, that Iron Fist plus Electric Surge plus a base attack of 115 definitely hurts. But the good thing is, alright, so we can 2-shot with Excalibur. Pommet does carry Mach Punch, but we're a Ghost type, so it won't affect. There we go. Cool, so Pommet's down. That's a plan for Palmet. I don't know how I feel about Excalibur taking so much damage, but we'll see. Okay, Iron Hands comes out. It contains Plasma Fist, Drain Punch, Fake Out, and Ice Punch. There's almost like no chance that it's going to use anything but Plasma Fists. I mean, Drain Punch and Fake Out don't affect. Ice Punch goes not very effective. What I'm going to do is I'm going to King Shield so I can boost my defense again, get a little bit of health back, and then I'm going to see just how much damage Plasma Fist does at that amount of health. What's going on, Teal? Am I shiny hunting? No. I don't shiny hunt. I find it to be, personally, a waste of time. Personally. I'm not knocking anybody's shiny achievements, but just not how I get a lot of enjoyment out of the game. Okay, I forgot that Iron Hands is really slow. We are a lot faster than it, so that actually is kind of a disadvantage because we go into our Blade form and just take an attack right there. So we're going to get KO'd by this. Iron Hands has a lot of HP, but not a lot of special defense. So what I'm thinking is we can go Jiro maybe for Iron Hands, because I know Jiro can eat a Plasma Fist. Drain Punch is not very effective. Ice Punch might hurt, but it gets no stab, so that's good. And then Fake Out, it can only use when it first comes in, so we block that with Excalibur. I'm going to see how much Sludge Bomb does here. Alright, so it does nothing, but the good news is that we do poison it. So, a little bit of chip damage, never hurt anybody, I guess. Oh, that hit hard. Alright, so hurt by damage, hurt by poison. What if we did Toad next? What we also could do is we could use Katsuyu to bait the fighting type attack, and then constantly switch between Sue and Excalibur. There we go. Alright, that's actually good to know. It's good to know that we do tank Iron Hands' strongest attack here. Okay, now it's going to go for Ice Punch, because that's the best chance at KOing. Iron Hands' speed is only 94. The odds that we outspeed are low, but higher with like pretty much any other mon, or than any other mon on the team. Nope, we are much slower. Wow, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, anticipating the Ice Punch, I said we go Luck here, and just like hope it's not going Drain Punch. All right, there we go. Ice Punch was the right prediction. Pokemon Glazer, man, I told you, I'm not gonna be your friend, dude. Like, that's not what I'm here for, man. Alright, now we'll go Ice Beam. There we go. Am I an Aggron or a T-Tar guy? Great question. Say I'm a little bit more biased towards Tyranitar. Just a little bit. Aggron's a great mon, too. But just a tiny bit more biased towards Tyranitar. Okay, let's see. So Miraidon has decent special defense. Special attack is its highest stat. Our best bet here is Ice Beam, but Dragon Pulse probably cooks us. So yeah, Dragon Pulse cooks us. However, we do have a decent special defender here who goes neutral to 2 of Miraidon's attacks and resists the other. So what we could do, this will probably make it just Calm Mind, because we don't have an Oak chance here. Yeah, Calm Mind. Okay, I gotta think. I can't go with the ground type move because it's permanent Magnet Rise. Okay, Dragon Pulse doesn't do too little, especially after it's, considering it's 1 Calm Mind. 2 Dragon Pulses with 2 Calm Minds though, now we're gonna see it do a lot less, yeah. However, I'm pretty sure that here it's going to attack now. No, interesting. Alright, so it's going for the KO. We're going to take out Miraidon with Fake Out. Yeah. And now it has to attack because, like, what other choices I have? If I had to guess, I would say it's probably going to go Dragon Pulse, just because I don't resist that, but we'll see. Yeah, Dragon Pulse. That would have been the time to switch into Joker. Oh, and we live. Nice. Okay, well, that's what he gets for just trying to get greedy with the Calm Minds. Alright, so we know that Sue is our counter for Miraidon. Now, Iron Thorns, let's see, I think we're slower. I think we're faster. Iron Thorn speed is 136. Although, I don't know, Hisui and Gudra's pretty slow. No, yeah, we are slower. Oh, man. Alright, well, We don't have much use for this anymore, so we're going to let it KO here. They gave it Fusion Bolt. Of course they did. Alright. Fusion Bolt, I believe, ignores abilities, so that's something to consider too, if I was considering like Volt Absorb. Let's see how Toad does. In terms of switching, there's a very high chance this procs him to switch into Iron Moth, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to Giga Drain. No, Dragon Dance. Ah, it carries Ice Punch. Okay. No stab on the Ice Punch means that we might be okay to just stay in and survive with Giga Drains. Oh yeah, 2-hit KO, we're for sure good. Okay, withdrew. Here comes Iron Moth. Because he still has Iron Moth, Mega Manectric, and Iron Thorns. That's good to know. Alright, Iron Moth is most definitely going for Fiery Dance. I don't have a switch in, so I guess we'll see if Joker can tank a single Fire Gem boosted Fiery Dance with Quark Drive. I doubt it. This is when it would be a good chance to bring in Benny Maru. Okay, so I'm thinking that we're going to carry Benny on the team, because even with resistances... Oh, we do survive that. Okay. Yeah, even with resistances, I think that's going to hit pretty much any Pokemon hard, unless we send in Cerulege with Flash Fire. I'm going to Sucker Punch here just to see how much that does. Oh, that does a lot. Okay. That's good to know. And then knowing that it goes for Sludge Wave against Joker means that we can also set up for a switch into either Sewer or Excalibur. Alright, I've learned enough. Let's go back and start reformulating our plan. Malk, you're built like a stick. Pokemon Glazer. I don't know, dude. Like, talk to me, man. Is, like... am I your friend? Like, is that... I don't know. I don't know. Like, is that what you get from this? Is it some sort of friendship? I don't... Like, I really don't get it. Because you come in here and... You clearly don't like me, or you don't like anybody in the chat either, but like, you're very insistent on sticking around, and so it's like, you know, are you looking for a big brother in me? Is that what it is? Like, do you want a friend? Do you want a big brother? Like, let me know how I can help you. I would like to have the Dark Tyranitar from the Celebi movie. Oh, I forgot about that one. When that dude caught it in like the special Pokeball that he had and made it evil. Alright, so let's see. Opening it with Palmet. What was our plan for Palmet? I believe we went Fake Out to break the Sash, and then anticipating Thunder Punch, we went into Luck. After that, we did... You're so stupid, you forgot that food is food and not water. I guess, man. I guess. Alright. Anyways. Yeah, so Palmet goes Thunder Punch, and then after Thunder Punch, we would then swap into Luck to absorb that. We know that he's going to go Close Combat for the instant KO, and that gives us his free switch into Excalibur. Excalibur can then go into Shadow Ball, and because Palmet's faster than us, we can actually switch between Shadow Ball and King Shield, and I believe that Shadow Ball plus Shadow Sneak KO'd there. That takes care of Palmet. After Palmet, he goes immediately into Iron Hands to finish with Plasma Fist. From there, we are going to go King Shield to get the health recovery, and then go back into Luck, hoping that he doesn't Drain Punch. If he does Drain Punch, then we gotta reset because Luck gets KO'd there. If he Plasma Fists, we eat it. If he Ice Punches, we eat it. I'm hoping he Plasma Fists so that we get the special attack boost so that I can Volt Switch. I Volt Switch. It's not gonna do a lot, but with the special attack raise, it'll do a little bit. And from there, we Volt Switch with Luck into Jiro, I believe. Yeah, into Jiro, because he's going to most likely Drain Punch. Jiro resists Drain Punch. We go into Sludge Bomb. I'm going to give Jiro a Poison Barb so that Sludge Bomb does more damage. Hope for the Poison. If we don't get the Poison, at least Sludge Bomb should 2-hit KO at that point, maybe 3. Let me check Jiro's nature. Nature is... Alright, even at Beneficial Nature, that's not a super high special attack. But I think we can probably get a 2-hit KO. Alright, after that, once Iron Hands is gone, he goes Miraidon. Now for Miraidon, we know that Sue is a hard wall, but a couple things to anticipate. It's going to attack, so we're going to have to eat the first attack. It's Jiro, so he's not going to go anything but Dragon Pulse. So we eat that first attack with Dragon Pulse from Sue. After that, Dragon Pulse is a 3-hit KO after Calm Minds. So we take out Miraidon there. From Miraidon, he goes into Iron Thorns. Iron Thorns, depending on my health, which with Sue might be a little bit low, he'll either go for Dragon Dance or Fusion Bolt. If he goes for Fusion Bolt, we go back into Luck to eat it. If he goes for Dragon Dance, I say we honestly go into Excalibur. Excalibur is only, takes normal damage from Fusion Bolt there, rather than, what's going on, Miel? You got 4 badges, that's what's up, that's what's up. What's going on, Devo? He'll Plasma Fist speak it into reality, you right. Alright, so yeah, from, I forgot where I was in my train of thought. Oh, Iron Thorns, yeah. If he goes Fusion Bolt, we go into Luck. So we absorb that. Once again, we don't have anything to OHKO it, but we know that with Luck, he's going to Stone Edge. Right? So since we know he's going to Stone Edge, from there, we actually have the ability to Volt Switch again into, I'm thinking we bring in either Blaziken or Infernape. I think Blaziken probably would get a higher damage output with Striker plus High Jump Kick. So we're going to Blaziken, into Blaziken, High Jump Kick, hoping that he stays. If he does swap, it's a Sludge Wave guaranteed from Iron Moth because anything else is not going to do the damage, right? Sludge Wave, we switch into Excalibur. That pretty much guarantees he's going to then Fiery Dance. We swap into Benimaru to absorb that. Shadow Claw comes in and 2-hit KOs Iron Moth. From there, who does he have left? He has only Mega Manectric, who we don't outspeed and is going to hit hard. So we're gonna have to think about that. But I'll worry about that when we get there. Cross that bridge when we come to it and all that. Let's go ahead and see how much of that super unnecessarily long train of thought we can actually make happen. So we're gonna switch. Oh, I kind of want to keep Toad though, because Toad can 2-shot Iron Thorns. So maybe I'll keep Toad. Oh, but I have a plan for everybody then. I don't know. Let's switch into. Let's leave Toad. And Geo's my special attacker. Let's go. Yeah, I really don't know. You know what? I'm gonna try that without Snow, because the plan definitely. That's the problem. I mentioned like 8 different Pokemon in that plan. I was just talking, dude. I wasn't even thinking. I mentioned like 8 different Pokemon there, and I can only carry 6. So there's that. Miel got 4 badges. That's what's up, dude. That's what's up. That's what's up. Devo, ignore him. He's somebody who has been acting like that on this channel for a while. I don't get it, because he clearly doesn't like me or any of the games I play or anything that I talk about. Between me and you, I think what it is, you know, a kid who doesn't have a lot of friends outside of YouTube, right? Probably doesn't get a lot of attention from girls. If you're into girls, or boys if you're into boys, whatever you're into, doesn't get a lot of attention, doesn't have a lot of friends, and so is looking to engage in the conversation here. But, you know, when you don't have a lot of those positive relationships in life, you don't really learn how to interact with people, right? So the only thing that you know how to get a reaction from is by trying to be rude to people to get them to respond. Unfortunately, right, as much as I do feel bad for people like that, it's just not a productive use of our time to respond. So, you know, you're better off ignoring and hoping that that people learn to get their act together. All right, so let's see. We swapped out Toad. We can swap out Toad, because Toad wasn't part of that plan. So let's swap out Toad and see how the plan looks with just Blaziken. Go here. Alright, gonna go here. Alright, so he opens up with Palmet. fight. Fake out. Alright, Sash is broken. Plasma Fist incoming. In response to Plasma Fist, we go... Ooh, almost made the wrong switch in. We go into Joker. There we go. Not Joker, Luck. Alright, I made the right choice. I was just still looking at Joker as he swapped out. Okay, here we go. Now, he goes close combat. Anticipating the close combat, we go into Excalibur. I'm wondering if we almost want to have somebody take that close combat. No, because that's going to hit hard regardless. I was going to say to lower the defenses, very much not worth it. Alright, Shadow Ball here. So he Thunder Punches. Not Plasma Fist, he carries Thunder Punch, that's what it is. So he Thunder Punches. We're going to Shadow Ball. This is going to hit pretty hard, yep. Bringing him all the way into Shadow Sneak range. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to King Shield here. The reason why I'm King Shielding is because I want that extra turn of healing on Excalibur. Right, because if I Shadow Sneaked, I would have KO'd, healed this turn, and then would have been right back into battle. Instead, I heal this turn, then I KO and heal next turn. So we're going to Shadow Sneak here. Withdrew. You know what? I should have seen that coming. That is on me. I should have seen that coming. Okay, but here's the good thing. We know it's going to Fusion Bolt. Right, we know it's going to Fusion Bolt. I should put Flash Cannon on this. I did not put Flash Cannon. I kept Iron Head, didn't I, from when I was a physical set. Yeah, I kept Iron Head. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and King Shield, anticipating that Fusion Bolt would have been its KO. King Shield. Yep, good call. Get a little bit of health back. Now, in terms of who's faster, I believe that we are faster. And so because of that, I got to be careful with my next move. No. Wow. Has Aegislash always been this slow? I guess it has. It has a base speed of 60. So Iron Throne to the base speed of 72. Okay, that's fine then. So Fusion Bolts. I think we eat at least one, but I think we also eat at most one. Oh boy, I was wrong. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Let's go back here. And then we go here. You got 4 badges in one day? That's what's up, Mio. That's what's up. Was this in, this was in Radical Red? Fake out. There we go. Yeah. Luck. Oh, actually, you know what I could do, actually, right? I haven't been thinking straight. This Palmet has Iron Fist. No, that's a no, yeah. This Palmet has Iron Fist, not Volt Absorb, which means that if we anticipate close combat over Mach Punch, we should be able to safely go for Volt Switch. But we're slower than it. I forgot that we're slower than Palmet. That's why I swapped out. Okay, never mind. Or maybe I do mind. Maybe I want to... Let's go Speedy Nature then on Luck. Because if we go Speedy Nature, then we definitely outspeed. Palmet's fast, but not quite as fast as Luck. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Remind me of your team again, Mio. Who was your starter? Go here. Nature change. And then we go Luck. And then we go Timid Nature. There we go. Alright. Same lineup. Same plan. Is Pokemon dumb? What are you talking about, Mio? Oh, I could reflect to also reduce my damage, but I don't worry about it. Alright, there we go. Now, because we are faster than Palmet, right? Looking at, yep, we're faster than Palmet now. So we go in and go Volt Switch. Alright, he swaps here. That's fine with me. Iron Hands eats a Volt Switch. Here's what we do, right? Boom. Safe switch into Jiro, who was our counter. Is this a mod? It's a patch. So it is the same like game as Fire Red, same like region story characters, but it has been given an expanded Pokedex and a more difficult AI. So that's what that is. Arc, don't even worry about it, man. Like I said a little while ago, some people are just kind of lonely in life, and they end up, you know, searching for friends. But there's a certain way that you gotta interact with people, and as bad as I feel for those who do struggle to interact with others, it's just not a productive use of our time to be harboring on it. So we're not gonna worry about that. Lieutenant Surge should always have a Raichu. He did in the first battle. This is a rematch against Lieutenant Surge. Alright, ooh, we could Mach Punch, and that would be kind of bad for us. Alright, what if we went back and we gave Jiro the Poison Barb? Poison Barb, give Jiro. There we go. So now we get a boost on our poison type attacks instead of our electric ones, because we don't really get much from boosting our electric type attacks against an electric team. I'm gonna speed up, skip the dialogue here, and get through the first part of the fight. Alright, Fake Out, switch into Luck, eat Thunder Punch. Volt Switch. So what this tells me then is I need to develop a counter to Iron Hands. Our previous encounter to Iron Hands when Sabrina had him was Oranguru. I'm wondering if I can find another strong special attack and Psychic type. Oh, I wish I had grabbed Xatu from that one raid den. I guess Pelipper did come in handy though. Okay, next we are going to anticipating Joker. We're gonna go Joker, or sorry, anticipating Fake Out. We're gonna go Joker. Now we go Fake Out, right? Beat his Fake Out. You can go Drain Punch, Ice Punch, or Plasma Fist. Let's go ahead and go Jiro, hoping that he Plasma Fist or Drain Punch. Yo, do y'all not know what the word ignore means? Why do I? What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Ignore. Pay no mind. Get everybody up out of here. We only talk about nonsense. Alright, so let's see. We needed an Iron Hands counter. Let's see what our options are for encounters. So we have the Raid Den on... Let's see here. Poke Rider. If we head back over to Fuchsia, I believe that there were a couple Raid Dens that we had yet to visit. Raid Dens encounters. So, first up, we have Route 19. The reason I don't want to use this one yet is because all of the encounters are water, leading me to believe that this route is mostly going to be surfing. Also, it's all water types, so I don't think that's really the best choice for Surge here. Next up, though, we have... Looks fun. I don't know any new gen stuff. What was the last generation that you played? I can try to help you catch up from there. Give some recommendations on where to start. Alright, so we have, the Route 15 encounter that we haven't used. Looking at our Dex Nav here. We have a few options. Amoonguss and Simipour are from previous encounters. We could go Sigalith. Only thing with Sigalith is we have to guarantee that he doesn't use Plasma Fist or Ice Punch. If he uses either of those, we have to tank either of those, GG's. Sigalith goes down. But looking at Sigilyph's stats for a second here. Sigilyph's stats, 97 in speed, so it's more than enough to outspeed Iron Hands. That also outspeeds Iron Thorns if he does switch there too, so that's good to know. 103 special attack, which is good. Magic Guard and Wonder Skin, Tinted Lens, so those are the abilities. In terms of attacks, get access to Psychic at level 44, perfect. Cosmic Power would be good if we weren't in constant danger of getting one shot all the time, so I'm not going to worry about that. But we do get access to Psychic, very powerful Psychic type move, special attack, so I'll probably go with that. Alright, Arc and Pokemon Glazer, you're both getting on timeout. Both of y'all. Both. B-O-F-F. Both. Gen 3, but this patch looks cool. Oh, okay. Alright. So if you played Gen 3 last, I'm going to assume that you played Ruby and or Sapphire or Emerald. If you haven't played Emerald yet, play Emerald. I'm going to say that Emerald is very great. Ruby and Sapphire are great too, but play Emerald. Gen 4, play Platinum. I started with Diamond, so that game has a special place in my heart, but I am man enough to admit that Platinum is better than Diamond and Pearl in every way. Play Platinum. Let's see what else. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are great remakes, but you can always skip the remakes and go back later. So I would say play Pokemon Platinum, then play Gen 5 is amazing storytelling. So in my opinion, I preferred Pokemon White version because you get the legendary Pokemon Zekrom, which I think is a little bit cooler. So you could play White and then White 2, or Black and then Black 2. They're, the same game. You know how Pokemon does, just with different legendaries involved in the story and then slightly different encounters, but same story and everything there. Gen 6 is up next. So let's see. This is another one where there were only 2 games. So I would say go ahead and play X, just because I prefer Xerneas. So play X, X and Y, but yeah, I would recommend X. After that, Gen 7, so Sun and Moon, again, personal preference, Sun and Moon, but there's also Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. You could play Ultra Sun and Moon without playing the originals, because they're not exactly sequels. They're kind of like, are they? I don't remember if they're sequels. I don't believe so. Or are they? Let me see. Were they sequels story-wise? Or were they just remakes? Okay, they're like enhanced versions, sort of like director's cuts, is what you can think of. So it's like still pretty similar story, but they do make some significant changes. So I would say play Sun and Moon first, then Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Gen 8, Sword and Shield, recommend that. And then Gen 9, I would recommend Violet over Scarlet. But honestly, that's just because of the box legendary. Personally, I think the past Paradox Pokemon are a little bit cooler. So, I mean, I know that doesn't really help because I kind of just told you, oh, play all the future generations. But hopefully, being able to skip Diamond and Pearl along with the remakes might streamline that a little bit for you. Alright, let's see here. So, we do have some encounters here too on Route 15. Looking at what's available. Dexnav. Okay. Oh, no. We don't have the encounter. We use the encounter on Pelipper. So actually, that means that we do have this raid den available. And, if I'm not mistaken, the Route 15 raid den, that will give us Sigilyph again, Exploud, Dusclops, Alolan Persian, and Pincurchin. Ooh, Pincurchin. Neutral to all electric type attacks due to, actually, doesn't it get Volt Absorb? So they made Pincurchin a water and electric type in this game rather than just pure electric. It gets Lightning Rod. That is great. That is great. Alright, Lightning Rod means that none of the electric type Pokemon on Surge's team will be able to use electric type moves. Now, its stats are not really all that impressive. Best stats being physical defense and special attack, 95 and 91 respectively. Does get, let's see, what was the move called? Bouncy Bubble. So the user attacks with water bubbles that drain half the damage that the target received. 90 base power special attack. So we could do something with that. But, I mean, if Iron Hands is spamming Drain Punch, we kind of just be going back and forth trading heals. So I'm thinking Sigilyph is still our best option for the time being. There is a raid den on Route 14 where we can get Dedenne. Dedenne or Galarian Weezing. Oh, Galarian Weezing would be interesting. Because Galarian Weezing has a high special, or has a high physical defense, which will make it a good wall. But let me see Dedenne's stats really quickly. Yeah, I didn't figure that it would be anything really that impressive. 91 special attack. Electric Fairy, but the strongest fairy type attack it gets access to is Dazzling Gleam. So I'm not going to do that. And then let's go... What did I say? Oh, Weezing. Galarian Weezing. So Galarian Weezing... Yeah. Defense of 120 is great. We don't have access to Misty Surge because this is hardcore mode. Neutralizing gas to nullify abilities would be nice, though. It would be nice if it weren't for the fact that, like, every mon's ability is already kind of being used. Because Quark Drive with Booster Energy... Would it nullify Booster Energy? Let me look this up. Because if we can nullify Booster Energy, then it might actually be kind of really good. Because then Iron Hands loses its attack boost. No attack boost means that it is very susceptible. I mean, 85 special attack is nothing to, like, brag about. But it'll still be susceptible to Strange Seam. Along with, we can go Poison Gas to straight up poison it. Sludge Bomb. We do get access to Toxic, but I don't think we do in hardcore mode just because of the restrictions. Unless it is on the list of Pokemon given access to Toxic. It does not appear that it is. Okay, well, we checked. So I am considering Galarian Weezing. But we'll see. So in between Sigilyph, Galarian Weezing, we also get access to Hisuian Sneasel. I mean, he would tank fighting type attacks, but other than that, I'm not really too impressed. And tank is a strong word too. Iron Hands is still a heavy hitter. Alright, let's go ahead then and consider our encounters so far. So 2 raid dens and a wild encounter. I'm thinking we go Galarian Weezing on the raid den, on the Route 15 raid den. And then on the Route 14 wild encounter. We might save it, because we don't have to use it right now either. We got Torkoal. Oh, okay, wait a minute. We do get Torkoal. And here's what I'm looking at with Torkoal. Reason why I have so much faith in Torkoal. Torkoal base boasts a 140 base defense stat, so that's pretty crazy. Shell armor, so that'll block any critical hits. We don't get Drought just because this is going to be hardcore mode, so that's one of the banned abilities. But we do get access to Fire Spin to keep Pokemon trapped, Detect for healing purposes, Flamethrower for good stab, along with, where is it? There's no way they got rid of the move that I'm looking for here. No, we do get access to Lava Plume. Okay, there we go, thank goodness. At level 25, okay, so I just skipped right past it. Yeah, Lava Plume, which is an 80 base power move. It's basically a fire type discharge, where in sacrificing a little bit of base power, you get a much higher chance to burn. If we burn Iron Hands, it becomes useless. And a chance to burn either Iron Hands, or if Surge switches out and goes into Iron Thorns and burns that one, again, great spot to be in. What I'm really curious about, and I don't think they did, but if they did... Oh, they gave it Will-O-Wisp. That's even better. Alright, we are grabbing Torkoal, and we are absolutely running Flamethrower, Will-O-Wisp, Detect, and I don't know what else. It does get Toxic, but I don't think it's on the Toxic approved list. If it is, This is a gold mine. Alright, so it's not on the toxic approved list, but that's fine. We'll find another move that it can use. It gets Shell Smash, so if we wanted to set up, we really could. So that's what, the Route 14 encounter? I hope I didn't use my Route 14 encounter, right? I know I used the Raid Den. Looking at Dex Nav. No, I did not. Because Pelipper we got from Route 15, Swadloon we got from a while ago, and then Golisopod we also got a while ago. Cool. 2 Route 14 to pick up a Torkoal. I don't know if I have to avoid those guys, but I don't feel like battling them just in case. Hit this way. That's Route 13. What's Route 14? Route 14. Oh, are you kidding me? At least it's not a boss fight. I don't know. What do people even use with Blaziken anymore? Fighting type moves, I guess? Oh, was that a Flare Blitz? Alright. There's tall grass somewhere here. I should probably heal my Pokemon just a little bit. Knew that guy was gonna be annoying. Alright, there we go. Where's the tall grass in this area then? Unless this is Route 14 right here. Ah, this is the tall grass. Okay. So this is the Route 14 Wild Zone. Ah, wait a minute. Then I got Pelipper from here. Shoot. Ah. Man. Because I know it was definitely here that I got Pelipper. Yeah. Dang it. Ah, Torkoal was going to go so crazy too. That's annoying, man. Is there anywhere else I can get a Torkoal? Let's find out. Mount Ember. I am a little ways away from there. Mount Moon Basement, but I'm pretty sure I already used my Mount Moon counter. Let me see. Ah, it still says Mount Ember, never mind. Yeah, Mount Moon. Mount Moon. Is that where I got Knackley, I think? Pretty sure it is. No, because I had Knackley against, hold on. Actually, there's a lot of... Never mind. They have it organized here by basement, like by floors and stuff. So I definitely got a Pokemon on a different floor. Looking at it here, yeah, Makawita. We got Makawita on Mount Moon. Okay. So I don't think we can get Torkoal. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we don't have our Route 4 grass encounter. We just have our Route 14 Raid Den. Okay, so I got that mixed up. Ah, shoot, man. I was so excited for the Torkoal too. Okay, Route 14 Raid Den, Route 15 Raid Den, Route 15 Tall Grass Encounter. So I'm looking at the Route 15 encounters because I was looking at Route 14, having it mixed up. Route 15 encounters. Right, this is where we had seen Sigilyph again. Ditto, but we don't get Imposter in this. Yeah, I really don't have that many encounters, do I? Let's see if there is anything on the other side of Fuchsia City there. Poker Rider to Fuchsia. Alternatively, I could also try to take on Brendan right now, and I get access to the Safari Zone. Within the Safari Zone, we can actually get some Paradox Pokemon of our own. So I can get an Iron Moth of my own to use. I can also get a Sharpedo. Although I am kind of averse to physical attackers against Iron Hands. Lantern. Lantern Surf only. We also get access to Pokemon like Sandy Shock, Screamtail, Slitherwing, Eternal Floette. Now, Eternal Floette would go pretty crazy against Iron Hands, I can't lie. So we'll consider that. But for the time being, I am curious if Route 18 has any raid dens. I think this is Route 18 that I'm about to go to. No, it does not. Looking at the Poké Rider here. So that's Route 18. Route 17. Okay, we could check out Route 17. Problem is we'd have to fight a lot of boss battles. I don't know if I really want to do that. But I guess we'll find out. So go to Route 18. Already fought all these guys. Go here. Alright, back on Route 18. I believe that this guy's a boss fight. So what I'm going to do is save state. Yeah, he is a boss fight. Alright, Magnezone. Let's see. Looking at our boss fight list then. Shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. Trying to speak that into existence a bit here. Magnezone, then he goes into Bisharp. Magnezone does get Sturdy, which is fine. So if I, let's say, Fake Out to break Sturdy. And then if I, anticipating Thunder or Volt Switch, go into Luck, that was supposed to heal me right after. Explosion! Okay. Alright, it's supposed to heal you before boss fights. Maybe not mini bosses then, I guess. Alright, here we go. Alright, place that there. Do I have a use case for Jiro? I do. Starmie. Yeah, Starmie. Let's also switch out Sue temporarily here. And yeah. Alright. Here we go again. It goes Explosion. Not entirely sure why I would do that, but sure. Right? It doesn't affect. We are undamaged. Next could be Bisharp. Could be a lot of mons, to be honest. So let's see. What's going on, Shoto Todoroki? I'm not shiny hunting, man. Do y'all? Yeah. All right. And this is not a shot at Shoto, so I apologize if it feels like that. Y'all know there's more to Pokemon than shiny hunting, right? It feels like every time y'all join a stream, it's like, oh, are you shiny hunting? No, I'm battling and raising Pokemon and going to the Pokemon League, as Arceus intended. Yeah, I don't care if I sound traditionalist. As Arceus intended. Wave Crash. Oh my goodness, that did a lot of damage. Oh, I forgot I had the Absorb Bulb here. Alright, that's good to know. Alright, so he goes Wave Crash. Who can tank a Wave Crash? I guess only Toad, to be honest. Because let's see. Ah, okay, so he had the... No, he has the Flying AMZ, not the... Alright, well, in that case... I guess we'll go Toad. Oh, okay. What if I did Toad with Physical Beneficial Nature? So let's fly back to Fuchsia here. Safari Zone first. I might end up doing Safari Zone first. Only thing is, there are so many like really good encounters in the Safari Zone. I would hate to have to sack one this early on and then not be able to use like a Paradox Pokemon, for example, in like the Elite Four, you know. Because the Safari Zone, I get access to Pokemon like Goldango, Iron Thorns, Iron Jugulus, who else is here? Screamtail, Sandy Shocks, Iron Hands, Iron Moth, and like, I don't know, right? I would hate to end up in a situation. I could always get one and then build my strategy around their survival, but I don't know what I'm gonna have to face in the long run either. So that is something to think about. I guess I could check. Let's see, what do we have left for Team Rocket? Can't be much left to hear from them, right? And then we beat Giovanni at Silphco. Under normal circumstances, we wouldn't see him again until the gym, but as y'all know, they did make a slight change to where he is no longer the boss of the gym. Alright, so next encounter with Team Rocket is going to be in Cerulean Cave. We're going to fight a few grunts here. Archer, Ariana, that's a back-to-back one, so that'll be fun. And then Giovanni, that's a double battle, but we have Lance as a partner. It'll have permanent psychic terrain. Oh, permanent psychic terrain is annoying. Because then that means that we can't fake out. If it's permanent psychic terrain, why does Giovanni's Spiritomb carry Sucker Punch? I won't worry about that. Whatever. So I'm looking for Rain Dance. I am not looking for Rain Dance. I'm not allowed to use Rain Dance because this is hardcore mode. And that's it's going to be one of the moves that are banned, unfortunately. Any weather setting moves are banned. What else is banned? Let me just read off the banned moves list. If y'all ever want to look at it for yourselves, by the way, this is the document that I'm looking at whenever I say, let me check the guide. At least one of them. So I'll pin that there. But yeah, there's the banned moves list. Can't use any weather setting moves or abilities. In terms of setup moves, I can't use anything that boosts a stat more than +1. So no Acid Armor, no Swords Dance, no Defense Curl, anything like that. No Nasty Plot. Can't use any moves that guarantee or have a very high chance of stats being raised either. So I can't use Torch Song, Fiery Dance, Esper Wing, anything like that, Meteor Beam. Ops I don't have access to. Anything that sets terrain either. I know I said weather, but terrain also. So Grassy Surge, Psychic Surge, Misty, and Electric. Yeah, a lot of restrictions. Whole lot of restrictions. I'm so mad that I can't get Torkoal. That was like a perfect solution, dude. Although I wonder what happens if you show that guy an extra large Magikarp. Oh, it gives you a dive ball. Boo. Alright, well, in that case, I guess our next step, it could very well be unlocking the Safari Zone. I mean, in terms of our encounters in Fuchsia, we're kind of limited here. So, let's see. Oh, man, I really wish. Unless, no. I was gonna say I could go back to before I got the Pelipper, because I think I actually have that save state. No, I was wrong. I thought I did. I don't have it anymore. Okay. I was gonna think about going back to before I had the Pelipper, but that would be way before I even beat Brock. And since then, we've beaten Misty. If we hadn't beaten any gym leaders, then I would say, okay, not a bad idea, and we'll see what we can do. But because I haven't beaten Brock yet, then... Are you weird for liking Mistravis? No, I don't see why you would be. Okay, I guess our next course of action is to take a look at our damage calculator and see What is the maximum amount of damage we could do here? So looking into... Lieutenant Surge's Iron Hands. If we were to go with, let's say, a Modest Nature to boost special attack. Give it a Twisted Spoon to boost Psychic type moves. And then give it Psychic as a move. It's a 2-hit KO. What if Iron Hands isn't at 100%? What if it's at like 90%? So a 2-hit KO. What's the most amount of damage, or the least amount of damage that we would need to do for Gotoko? If we get it to 50% health, then we have a high chance of OHKOing. Okay, what if I did... Dude, I'm so mad at myself for not seeing the potential in... You know what really makes me mad is that one of these raid dens that I still have available also gives a Pelipper. So if I was just a little bit more patient, you know. Oh, what I could do, actually, is I do have one more raid den that I haven't used yet. It's the one on Route 8, and I know that it gives a Girafarig. If I go with Girafarig's evolution, is it Farigiraf? However you spell that. We go with Farigiraf at level 68, right? Base special attack of 175. No, that's not true. Base special attack of 110. Special attack would be 175 at level 68 with a Modest Nature, 192. So that I believe is a higher special attack than Sigilyph. Sigilyph is only special attack of 103, so a little bit higher. Not super significant, unfortunately, though, but work with what we got. Go Twisted Spoon. There's no ability that we could give it that's really gonna do all that, I don't think. Oh, but we do have Parental Bond on it. That's really nice. As long as it's not a banned ability. Please don't be banned. Please don't be banned. It doesn't seem like it. Okay. We got Parental Bond. Great. So we can actually hit twice. So if we give it Parental Bond, Psychic, do that. Let's head on over to Lavender Town for a second. Go to Route 8. Legion, cool Pokemon, but I don't think we're gonna really want to be using a water type on a Lieutenant Surge rematch. Let's reset here. Drampa, again, cool Pokemon, but it's part normal type. Might not be the best if we're going up against Iron Hands. Drampa again. Okay, let's see. I can do this right. Go to tools. Let's see what this does. Basque Legion again. Alright. Basque Legion. There we go. Girafarig. Alright. Yeah, I figured out the time manipulation here. I did it. Alright, Psychic and Normal doesn't give me a lot of typing, or a lot of options, does it, for weaknesses. Let's go Dracovish, because we have a Dark type move there. Girafarig stats are what? Higher, no, equal defense and special defense. Alright, not super defensive actually. So we should be good to go. I could even go Benimaru here maybe for a high physical attack output. We'll be alright. Let's go with that. So if we go with, let's go Typhlosion for our partner here. And then let's lead with Benny. Let's go Falco. And just because why not, let's go Excalibur. Alright. Shouldn't take too long. I'm going to Dynamax, Max Flare, get the sun up. Max Flare again. There we go. Catch. And I am going to use a Dream Ball if I have one because I do want the hidden ability when we evolve it. Level 45. Perfect. With the move Twin Beam at level 45 it seems. Give a nickname. Yes. Oh, a giraffe. So I'm trying to think of like an anime character here. But this one, they keep getting harder. I don't even know what anime character reminds me of a giraffe, dude. Like, at all. Maybe... Alright, what's a character that has, like, a really tall, long neck? Because when we evolve it, it'll have a really long neck. I feel like a lot of One Piece characters have long necks. Could go just straight up Luffy. Although I feel like Luffy would be more of a physical attacker. We'll worry about that later. Let's go Luffy. Simple, but easily explainable. Alright, so we have our Girafarig. Let's get past the reward items. Go here to the PC. Let's look at the summary. Inner Focus, good. Alright, has Twin Beam. And it's already level 46. So all we gotta do is evolve it. I guess we'll replace Jiro then, because Jiro doesn't really pack the punch that we need here. Going to our bag now. Brad Pitt, is that really you? What are you doing here? Alright, alright. This is the last time I'm addressing this, okay? I get it a lot, okay? I understand. But I'm not Brad Pitt, guys, okay? Like, I get it. I appreciate it. Shout out Brad Pitt. You know, another young, successful man just doing his thing out here. But, you know, I'm not him. I'm not him. I can't take credit for that. That's funny. Alright, this should evolve Luffy right here. Yep. Perfect. Keep leveling up so we reach the max level. I will be giving it Psychic. Twin Beam. Hit twice. That won't matter if we have Parental Bond. There we go. Alright. And our team here. Go Luffy. Summary. Good. Parental Bond. We definitely got to fix that nature. But special attack is already looking pretty fire as is. So next let's go ahead and take our Poké Rider on over to Vermilion again. Go in here and fix our nature. Nature change for Luffy. We go modest nature here. We don't care about speed too much. We really just want to pack the punch. Last thing to do is go into our bag and give it this item. Twisted Spoon. Boost Psychic type moves. Right. I think that's going to give it more of an advantage than... Where's the item? I forget what it's called, but it's like the special version of the muscle band. Let me see. Wise glasses. That's what they're called. I don't have those, do I? Last item that I'm thinking of trying to get potentially, and I can't believe I haven't even thought of any strategies using it until now. No, I don't have wise glasses. Okay, would be the life orb, right? Maybe because it's Nuzlocke, so I've been trying to just minimize damage taken, and life orb is doing damage to yourself. But the trade-off for damage that we're able to do could be very much worth it. Life Orb is in Fuchsia City after showing him a Pokemon with at least 150 EV in speed or 125 in Hardcore. Oh, okay, cool. So we have to beat Koga. Not gonna happen. Not right now, at least until we beat Lieutenant Surge and possibly Erica. But Koga, I'm coming for you, man. Best believe that. Alrighty. Looking at our new team. Do a quick team check before we save. Oh, okay, yeah, let's make some changes here. PC. First things first is we're opening with Joker. Also, I believe that we had Sue for tanking hits from Miraidon. Alright, let's see. I want to save state, but where are my save states? These are the ones that are before we got Girafarig. Let's do 4 and 5. How about that? Alright, Surge. We can skip the formalities, fake out. Volt switch. That's right. Alright. Luffy, your time to shine. Fake out is fine. We live fake out. Like, overly live fake out. Yeah. Alright, let's see how much Psychic does. Okay. Plasma Fist is going to hit. Oh, that hit hard. Okay. Alright. Yikes. Fake out. What if Pokemon Reflect, Volt Switch. Oh, idea. Benimaru. Will-O-Wisp. It's gonna Plasma Fist. It's not gonna hit nearly as hard. So we're definitely gonna live this. It does more than I would like, but on a Pokemon with much more HP, such as Luck, not only do we survive that, did a lot more than I would have liked still, but I think because he is burned, there we go. Oh, special defense drop, there we go, beautiful. Alright, Iron Hands is down. Iron Hands is down, damage has been minimized. Let's see. It auto heals before every boss battle, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, next is going to be Miraidon. I don't know if he's going to go for the KO or go for a setup here. So let's do a little bit of testing. Let's do save state 1, and we are going to see if he goes for. I think he's gonna go for Electro Drift. That is what he has, right? He put Electro Drift on here. Looking at Kanto rematches. No, Parabolic Charge. Oh, okay. In that case, we are definitely safe to stay in. He's gonna Calm Mind. Like, without a doubt, he's gonna Calm Mind. So here's what we do. Knowing he's gonna Calm Mind, I'm gonna Psychic. Nope, you Dragon Pulse. Okay. Is that KO? Of course it does. Alright, instead then he Dragon Pulses. We go Joker to eat that Dragon Pulse. Perfect. We are going to then Fake Out. Just for the damage, not much else. Oh, I forgot I had leftovers, so maybe the damage wasn't worth it there, because it'll be back to full health by the time I come back in. Okay, never mind, that wasn't worth it. But we will go into Sue. Calm Mind, that was the smart move here. If we Dragon Pulse, I believe this is where Surge starts getting greedy. Oh, and we crit, perfect. Yeah. Alright, Sue has done Sue's job. Manectric Mega evolves and goes for pretty much anything besides Hidden Power Grass. So anticipating a Volt Switch, maybe? I am going to go into... Ooh, who am I going to? Maybe Excalibur. Why do they call you Brad Pitt? Is that your lore or something? What's going on, Jack Price? Well, they call me Brad Pitt because I look exactly like him. What's going on, my boy Jack? Rising Voltage. Okay. See, I wanted to switch into Luck, but I was afraid it would go Flamethrower. Now I know that Luck would have been a safe switch in, and Excalibur. Oh, nice job surviving. I mean, definitely cooked here. So actually, what I'll do is, we did what, 4, 5, 6 for load states? Yeah. All right. Knowing what we know and keeping that in mind. What I know and keeping that in mind. Okay, so it's a little bit of planning here. Fake out for sure, because we do have to break the Focus Sash. Now. Oh, okay, wait a minute. I was overthinking, right? No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Yes, I was? No, I wasn't. Maybe? I don't know. Let's go Volt Switch. Or, anticipating the swap, right? We already have our special attack boosted. He's going to switch anyways. Right? He's going to switch. Iron Hands. Rather than going for the Volt Switch, which is going to do far less damage, why don't we instead go for Ice Beam? Now Iron Hands has a couple options. It can Fake Out or Drain Punch. If I were Iron Hands, I would probably Drain Punch in an attempt to get all of my health back instead of that Fake Out. So what I'm going to do, because again, I'm Iron Hands and I want to Drain Punch. If it fakes out, even better for us. It might do Fake Out just to get it. Nope, Drain Punch. Alright. I don't know why you knew it was going to Drain Punch. You knew! You were looking right at the Ghost type because you knew it was going to Drain Punch. Alright. Alright. I'm mad at myself for that one because I literally, like, I predicted it. I said it out loud. And then I'm cheating, yeah. Sue me. Kind of have to in Radical Red. Reason why is because the AI will make real-time decisions based off of the buttons that you press. And so the only really way that you can know how to do that, or know what it's going to do, is by using save states to kind of learn its reactions to certain things. Max Music said Jiffy Butter. I guess. Yeah, why not? But Hezo Hit, to answer your question, the real reason why I'm using save states is because I'm doing a Nuzlocke challenge, number 1. So I'm trying to minimize the amount of fainting that goes on my team. Number 2 is because, yeah, the AI has like an anti-exploitation mechanic. And so let me explain to you what that means. I am using a Zebstrika against a Palmet. That Palmet has Thunder Punch as well as Close Combat. Close Combat would one-hit KO me. Thunder Punch, however, would not affect me because I have the ability Lightning Rod, which makes me immune to electric type attacks and boosts my special attack. If I decide to stay in, Palmet is going to go for Close Combat and one-hit KO me. However, if I decide to swap into any other Pokemon that doesn't have Lightning Rod, Palmet can also then make its decision after I've already decided if I'm going to swap or stay to use Thunder Punch, right? So the way that to rehash everything, the way that it works in normal game is, yes, the AI makes predictions, but basically the predictions are very simple, very baseline, right? If it thinks it can go for a one-hit KO and get it, it'll get the one-hit KO. If it thinks it's in danger of being one-hit KO, it'll swap out. Or if it thinks that there's a Pokemon that is better at getting a one-hit KO, it'll swap out. This one, it actually reads your decisions as you make them, and then it makes its decision after you. Think of it like a late throw in rock, paper, scissors, right? So the difference between your opponent thinking you're going to go for scissors and then throwing out rock afterwards versus your opponent literally watching you send out scissors and then saying, okay, I'm going for rock. But also, if you do happen to send out paper, your opponent says, never mind, I'm going scissors. So yeah, that is why it is generally a little bit more accepted to be able to use guides and resets here. That mechanic with the AI doesn't proc every single time. I believe that it usually procs if it detects you switching like too consistently. Okay, here, now that we have done that, we can volt switch. And that's actually good, right? Because since I volt switched, I know that he's not going for fake out. I know he's going for the drain punch here. So what I can do is... let's do this. Let's go Excalibur. We do move first, but he won't have Drain Punch, so we're going to Shadow Ball. I have a spell attack on Excalibur, right? And as long as Plasma Fist doesn't crit, we should be, like, very much good to go. I don't even know why I say these things. Alright. Drain Punch. I guess I kind of like our strategy before then of burning it. Because now, right, he's still going to go Plasma Fist, and it's still going to hit a lot harder than we would like. But with the burn on, it won't hit quite as hard. Now we can go Psychic. And then this is where it went Dragon Pulse, right? So we take a single Dragon Pulse. In exchange, Surge is going to Calm Mind. Alright. What if then we go into our bag? What is Sue's nature also? Let's check. Special attacking. I think I'm gonna go specially defensive nature on Sue. And then for the item, also just realized Sue has no item. Sue, you still have no item? After all this time? Oh, come on. Where is... oh, the Dragon Fang is part of that that care package that I never got because it didn't work. Okay. That is fine, I guess. Oh, okay. What about... go to our PC here and... want Benny. Issue is I don't have like a good swap for any of these, you know? Very slight change of plans here. What if we did this, right? Stay with me for a second. I just want to see what'll happen. If we go Toad, start with Luck first. let's see what happens here. Only game you can bend the rules for in a Nuzlocke is Pokemon Reborn in Radical Red. Incorrect. The only game that you can bend the rules in a Nuzlocke for is any game you want. Because at the end of the day, Nuzlocking isn't real. It's all fan-made, so by extension, any rules regarding it are fan-made too. I'd argue the only actual rule that needs to apply for it to be a Nuzlocke is Pokemon fainting. I think anything else is just arbitrary. Like, some people might tell you that it's not a Nuzlocke unless you limit encounters. Some people might tell you it's not a Nuzlocke unless you limit, like, healing inside or outside of battle. You ask me, the only really necessary part about a Nuzlocke is the no fainting part. Or no using Pokemon that have fainted. Alright, now it is going to go for that fighting type move. Oh, I wonder. Okay, right? Now, it's going to go Thunder, Thunder Punch again. What if we send in Luck, right? Hoping that he doesn't expect a double switch. Don't expect a double switch. Oh, you didn't expect a double switch. There we go, Surge. Gotcha. Gotcha. Now I'm going to Volt Switch and he's going to expect that switch. But that's okay. That's okay, because now his health will be so low that, or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't expect the switch. And he literally just Drain Punches right into Excalibur again. Let's see. Wow, yeah, close combat, not Drain Punch. Okay. Alright. It's times like this that I wish I had gone... Swapped out. Okay. What did I just do? Shadow Sneak? Okay. I think it goes Fusion Bolt here. So what I do is I go back into Luck, question mark, and hope he doesn't go Stone Edge. No, why would he Stone Edge? That's like the one move that he has that I resist. Don't Dragon Dance either. Perfect. He Fusion Bolts. Alright, there we go. We're going to Volt Switch. Anticipating a Stone Edge. We are then going to pop in and say what's up to Sue, question mark? Sue is really slow. But let's see, what was the other move I had? Ice Punch, I think. Yeah, Ice Punch. So yeah, anticipating a Stone Edge. New Pokemon, yeah. We got Luffy, the Farigiraf, that hopefully is going to be our answer to Iron Hands. Because Iron Hands is, oh my lord, it's a pain to deal with. Okay, what did I say? I expected Stone Edge. I said a Pokemon with the higher base speed. Problem is, all the mons that I know can tank a Stone Edge are not faster, right? All of these mons are going to tank a Stone Edge, but none of them are going to outspeed, which is kind of what I need. Luffy doesn't outspeed, right? Let me just check Luffy's stats. Iron Hand speed is 136 in this battle. Yeah, no, Luffy is also a little slower than we would like, but we've already Volt Switched, so... maybe we eat a... no, let's go Excalibur. Let's go with somebody that we know for a fact resists. I think that's the smartest move for us. Okay. That's not the end of the world. It being faster than us, for sure. It was already faster than us, but guaranteed faster is a good thing. It is going to Fusion Bolt, and unfortunately, we won't be able to swap into Luck for this, because since it's now faster, we would just be sitting ducks for a Stone Edge. So it is going to Fusion Bolt. We definitely live that, though. Why do I say these things? Why? That's on me. That's on me. Alright, same strat. We go Volt Switch. Maybe just to mess with him, too. Sending Benny. Go Luck again. This might, honestly, though, drag out Iron Thorns. And it'll be interesting to see if it does. Nope, didn't drag out Iron Thorns. Okay, now I believe is when we know he's going to switch, right? No, he lets himself get Volt Switched again. No, he switches. Okay. Iron Hands. Alright. Iron Hands does still have Fake Out, but that is okay. Because we got our switch in. And we can go... Let's go Benimaru. I might put a defensive nature on Benimaru, and y'all will see why in a minute. Is because Benny's main role here is just for Will-O-Wisp. Actually, that's not true. I kind of want to keep Benny alive as a wall for Iron Moth. Because Benny resists literally every move that Iron Moth has. So maybe I won't go Will-O-Wisp, at least not with Benimaru. Either I don't go Will-O-Wisp, or I throw a Leftovers on so Benny can try to heal over time. Either way, so we know that this is coming next. Because he can't use Ice Punch or... Here we go. Okay, knowing this, right? Drain Punch and X is what we're expecting. I am going to Volt Switch again. Burn will take him to about half. Into Luffy. He is going to Drain Punch here. Do I go into Luffy or do I go into Toad? Iron Hands is like really slow. So unfortunately I actually do not outspeed with Toad. It's like the one I don't outspeed with. But no stab, Ice Punch. Maybe Toad is the answer here. Okay, wait a minute. Let's try out Toad. If Toad's the answer, then I don't need Luffy. Yeah, because we eat a Drain Punch very nicely. He doesn't really have a good switch in to Toad. He could potentially try to go Iron Moth. Yeah, what am I talking about? Yes, he does. Iron Moth is the switch in. Okay, let's go Giga Drain and see if this brings out Iron Moth. No, it doesn't. He goes Ice Punch instead. That's good to know, because that does like no damage, right? We stay in. Ooh, maybe I'll keep Luffy for Iron Moth. Okay, hold on. In that case, yeah, he's gonna Ice Punch again. In fact, if I were really smart, I would have swapped into Aegislash there. Perfect. Okay, he is going to outspeed, but once again, his only option is to go for an Ice Punch. So we are going to hop into... Excalibur. Yeah. Excalibur to eat an Ice Punch. Only thing is, I don't know. Like, I do not have an answer at all. Interesting. Wow, okay. You decided you would rather let Miraidon get KO'd. Really? Really? Well, that's a stance. Let's go King Shield. Calm Mind is... Ah, that Calm Mind is annoying. Okay, let's go Shadow Ball. No. Yeah. I think I let him set up, and that was my mistake. Because now Sue's taking heavy damage. Yeah. Alright. Let's do... Yeah, Iron Hands is tough. Iron Hands is tough. We had a hard time with it against Sabrina, and we're having a hard time now. If I could just get, like, a Pokemon that could one-shot it, beautiful. Strongest special attacker I have right now is Farigiraf. At least my strongest Psychic-type special attacker. And I'm running out of encounters. I don't have a lot of encounters. What does the Safari Zone have for me? I know I said I didn't want to go Safari Zone, but desperate times, right? Safari Zone has for us Wobbuffet. Man, what a strategy. Screamtail, I think Screamtail is actually a physical attacker, if I'm not mistaken. Or a mixed attacker. Screamtail is a mixed attacker. Actually, it's more of a defensive mod than anything. I'm learning just now. Let's see what else. And then there's Eternal Floette. Which, I mean, maybe, right? Special attack of 125, special defense of 128, speed of 92. We get access to Moonblast and Light of Ruin. So, like, maybe, you know? other than that, yeah, we're kind of low on, I can get an Iron Hands from the Safari Zone, but it wouldn't help me right now. We need a very powerful special attacker. And our encounters are limited, so I don't know if I want to use my Safari Zone encounter on an Iron Hands just yet. What I might do is, let's see here. Pallet Town, I think I already used my encounter there, right? So I do want to check something. Go to Pallet Town. Check Dex Nav, make sure. Water. Did I already use my water encounter on Pallet Town? I must have. Yeah, I used it on Binacle. That's right, I remember now. That's what we used to take down Faulkner. And then we have Route 21, where we look at encounters. And was this where I got Quillfish? No, I used the land encounter to get Uber. That's right. Okay. So we don't have an encounter there. We do have some raid dens that we could use. So there's a Route 2 raid den. Spritzy. Aromatisse is not a powerful special attacker though, is it? Yeah, 99. For a giraffe is what, 110 special attack? So we're looking for something higher than that. Yeah, 110 special attack. So ideally higher than 110 and either a psychic or fairy type Pokemon. Great, that's not restrictive at all. Let's go to type. Let's search the Pokédex by type. And let's do psychic. And then from there, we can actually sort by special attack. Hatterene gets the job done. Base speed is only 29, but with Iron Hands' base speed being 50, shoot, I was hoping that we outsped. Don't outspeed. Alakazam I would love to have, believe me. I've got it. I've got it. We do, in fact, have access to an Abra. We just have to do little bit of loopholing here. But if you are not new to this channel, then you know that loopholing is one of my favorite things to do with this Radical Red challenge. So, right, if you'll recall, encounters are limited to 1 per area, but we are bending them a little bit because the rules don't specify what exactly an area is. So it doesn't specify if a raid den is same or different area, nor does it specify if gifts and trades and eggs are included in encounters, right? So it doesn't say wild Pokemon or anything. So the rule that I came up with for this challenge was each area you get 1 encounter method, with grass and water being counted as 2. So for example, if I enter this route, Route 24, I could enter and I can get the grass encounter or the water encounter along with the raid encounter that I could use here, right? However, I already used my raid encounter here. So I can't use this raid den to get the Abra that could possibly appear in the raid den and evolve it into an Alakazam. Unless, right? Within that one encounter rule, there is a clause known as the duplicate clause. And the duplicate clause states that if your encounter in that area is a Pokemon that you already have, so full rule on the encounters is it has to be the first encounter. So the duplicate clause states that if the first encounter you have is different or is the same as a Pokemon that you already have, then you do not have to catch that Pokemon. It does not have to count as your encounter, and you can skip it. What I did was I used my encounter to get Escanor as a Cerulege. Now, I already had a Cerulege, though, and I evolved it into, Charcadet. I had a Charcadet and evolved it into Cerulege, and then I used it to get another one, use this right to get another one, and evolved it into Armarouge. But due to the duplicate clause, Charcadet does not count as my one encounter for this area, because otherwise I would have duplicate encounters in Charcadet, so I get to nullify the Raid Den encounter, and I can use this Raid Den to get Alakazam. Whether or not I can get the Alakazam Megastone at this stage in the game, TBD. Let's look at this Megastone guide and find out. Yes, I can sell it on department store. Cool. So we could go Mega Alakazam. Honestly, Mega Alakazam does a number on like the entire team. So let's do that. Let's go Alakazam. Let's go ahead and save state. Let's see. I'm going to load state here. The reason I'm loading state here is because if we do go Alakazam, then we don't need to use our encounter on this Raid Den right here. So we don't need to get Luffy. So instead, we are going to take the Poké Rider to Cerulean and take advantage of the Duplicates clause, right? Because the Duplicates clause says that if you get a duplicate encounter, you do not have to catch that Pokemon. It does not say that A, you're not allowed to catch that Pokemon, nor does it say that if you do catch that Pokemon, then that replaces your encounter for the area. So what I think I will do is we will use the Duplicates clause to our advantage here to recapture this Raid Den, and then whatever we get, hopefully the Abra, is going to then serve as our new encounter. Right on time, baby. All right, let's go with Brendan here. And I'm going to open up with Excalibur, Joker, and Luck. All right, this shouldn't take too long. All right, in terms of abilities, I mean, Mega Alakazam just gets synchronized, right? No, Trace. Okay. Well, we can't trace Quark Drive, but whatever. That's not the end of the world. If he had somebody with, like, Volt Absorb, oh, that would go crazy. Sergius team. Yeah, no Volt Absorb, probably predicted Trace. I could have sworn I saw something, actually, too, in the restrictions about certain mons. Okay, Mega Alakazam was not a specific one. Cool. So, in that case, because we don't care too much about ability, we'll just use this handy-dandy Ultra Ball. Give a nickname, yes. Oops, Akira. There we go. Alright, now our Route 24 Raid Den is officially sealed off. And we go to the PC. Akira the Abra. Swap out for Jiro. Next step is we're going to want to give a little Sugar Rush to Akira. Focus Blast is nice. Alright, there we go, right level. Next step is to evolve it using this link cable. I will learn Psyshock just in case there are any special defenders on the team. Alright, looking at our moveset so far. Psyshock, Hidden Power, Confusion, Focus Blast. Good chance I switch out that Hidden Power for something else. As well as the Confusion. But we'll see. Either way, though. Now, let's use Teleport. No, I don't want to go to Fuchsia City. Oh, I thought you could teleport wherever with Teleport. Guess not. Poké Rider. We're going to head on over to Celadon. We want to get to the rooftop here. Oh, other side. I do also have that Eevee sitting in my box. I already got an Espeon, but we do have that availability too. Did I read that wrong? Oh, department store. Okay. I was on the mansion rooftop. Alright, head over this way. It's a big city. Rather than waste our time with the stairs, we're gonna take the elevator straight up. Alright, she should have the Alakazam. Nice. I hope. Is it a key item? Or is it just going to be considered a regular item? I guess we'll find out soon enough. Nope, regular item. Alright. Give to Akira. So, with a neutral nature, we have a speed of 189. That is nice, because that means that with a neutral nature, we are already outspeeding everybody on Surge's team except for Miraidon and Manectric. Cool. Cool. Once our speed is 150, I mean, let's see. Alright, once we're Mega at level 68, neutral, we are at 230. That officially would make us fastest Pokemon on the field. Nice. Nice. Alright, let's head back down then. Actually, can't I just use Teleport, or can I not use it inside of a building? Let's find out. Nope, can't use it in the building. Alright. Let's fly to Vermilion then. Get our nature change going. because we want maximum damage here. We're going modest on the nature. So now our new special attack is 229. Nice. Once we Mega Evolve, we will be faster. We will hit harder too. I don't know if I need Shinra, but yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and head to Surge's gym. Only thing I'm like slightly concerned about is how we're gonna get Alakazam in there. You know, to face Iron Hands in the beginning, because Alakazam, as powerful as it is a relatively frail mon. And so, because of that, right, I could start with Alakazam, but Palma has a Focus Sash, because I assume that Surge planned for that. Let's go here then, right, eat that. Oh, how about this then? Instead of, if we know that he's going to, right, so we Volt Switch, no. This works. That works. Because now the only thing Iron Hands can do is Fake Out. I wonder. Oh, hold on. Alright, last thing I want to do here, just to test something out. Right, Magic Art is great, but if he's not using any status moves, right, any like Poison or Burn or any hazards, we don't really need it, because we don't have access to the Life Orb just yet to get advantage of it that way. However, if I were to use Dream Patch on Alakazam, get Synchronize, and then after switching from the hidden ability, use the ability pill here to get Inner Focus. Now Inner Focus makes me immune to flinching. And what this means is that Alakazam can safely switch into first turn Iron Hands without having to worry about Fake Out. Or at the very least, if Fake Out does still connect, we'll be able to get our attack off too. So that will be kind of big. Hopefully he switches into Iron Hands here. Yep. Speed that up a little bit. Alright, Akira. Show me what you can do. I didn't give it Psychic. Alright, I got too excited, too ahead of myself. Pokemon. Akira, let me just make sure that we have the ability still on there. Inner Focus. Alright, move, relearn. Psychic. We're going to learn that in place of Confusion. So we're going to keep Psyshock in case we have any more prominent special defenders. I also don't think I just save stated there, so I'm going to have to go back and relearn it again. Alright, Kira. Psychic. Oh, he didn't even go for the Fake Out. There's no way. There's no way it lives. Okay. Alright. Alright. I heard you, Surge. I heard you loud and clear, dude. I heard you loud and clear, dude. Alright, Inner Focus. We don't have the right move on, so let's go move, relearn. I heard you loud and clear, Lieutenant Surge. I, like, overly loud and clear. Confusion. Yep. And then I am going to save state here. Alright, Surge. Because now you're starting to get on my nerves. Fake Out. Luck. Volt Switch. I heard you loud and clear, Surge. Let's see if it eats a Mega Alakazam Modest Nature Psychic. Have a good night, y'all. I can't do this. I can't do this. There's no way. There's genuinely zero chance. Dude. I know it has a very high HP stat, right? I'm aware of that. Special defense of 68. 6'8". 68 compared to a special defense of 175. There's genuinely no way. There's genuinely no way. You're not convincing me Alakazam survives that. You're simply not. You're not. I'm sorry, you're not. That's crazy. I'm throwing this in the damage calculator just to see. Because that is like, that's so unheard of. That is genuinely so unheard of. No, yeah. Guaranteed 2-hit KO. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. Okay. Alright, Surge. Same plan. Just gotta do a little bit more damage, it would appear. Which is fine. We can do that. We can definitely do that. In that case, we're expecting to switch out. Ice Beam, we do more damage here. He goes for the Drain Punch. Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but like, whatever. We live it. Mega Evolve. Psychic. And we will watch Iron Hands get KO'd here. The good thing is that Alakazam, after Mega Evolving, is so much faster than everybody else. If we can just get like a single safe switch in, that is good looks. Dude! Dude! What are we saying? What are we saying? No! 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 What? I've heard of a low roll. I've never heard of a no roll. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Dude, Radical Red be lying about how much health Iron Hands has. There's no, like, what is this, Blissey? There's no way. There's legitimately zero way. Like, dude, I Mega Evolve. My special attack is 290. Modest Nature. It makes no sense. It makes zero sense. It genuinely doesn't make any sense at all. At all. At all. Mind you, Iron Hands is coming in at like 70% health, right? Because it just ate a boosted Ice Beam. Like, none of it makes sense to me. What if instead I did... Yeah, like this, it genuinely, none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. What is the item on Zebstrika? Never Melt Ice. We can't go Modest Nature on it either because we needed to outspeed Palm it. Yeah, like, none of this makes any sort of sense. Dude, like, you're... I can't believe this game genuinely wants me to believe that a Pokemon with that little health, right? This is surviving. This is surviving a Mega Alakazam. Mega, by the way, Mega Alakazam. Psychic. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna Volt Switch. He's now in the yellow, right? If Psychic does not KO, Mega Evolve, Psychic. Like, there's no way. There's no shot. There's no shot. I can't believe it took all of that. It took all of that for Alakazam, Mega Alakazam, to one-hit KO Iron Hands. Dude, ban this Pokemon for good. There's no Pokemon that needs an attack, an HP stat that high, bro. You're not convincing me. HP of 154. Is that even canon? What's Iron Hands' actual HP stat? Like, that's not canon, right? Is that canon? It's canon, 154. Who created this Pokemon? Oh my goodness. Its HP gets up to 512. Lord. Welcome back, Blissey, I guess. Alright. Next question. What is Miraidon gonna do? It's faster than any mon I could send out except for Akira. It also has a much higher special defense than Iron Hands. So if Iron Hands with a type weakness to Psychic could not KO it, I don't know. I have my doubts about Alakazam. Yeah, 4.7% chance to 2-hit KO after Leftovers Recovery. If I got like U-turn on this thing, maybe, but unfortunately I don't. No U-turn, no Volt Switch. I figured not, but it was worth a check. Alright, expecting the KO here. I would guess. I don't even know what it's going to use. Let's go Toad. It's our safest swap. I could clear Smog, right? Knowing that it's going to Calm Mind. And then once he realizes that he's stuck in the Calm Mind loop. Alright, now he's Dragon Pulsing. So now he's back to full health. What did I... Alright. Alright. Look at our PC here. I might have to go Paradox. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. I might have to go Paradox. Because like, I just don't think there are any more Pokemon that are fast or strong enough to compete. Like, we're up against a team of 3 Paradox Pokemon, a Mega, and Miraidon. So I guess technically 4 Paradox Pokemon, but you know what I mean. Like, at a certain point, we're just not going to get that done with a team that consists of, and no offense to the current team, right? They've been great so far. But that consists of 1 Mega, that's it. 0 Pseudos, 0 Legendaries, I'm gonna keep team building, because it's kind of fruitless if we just keep going after Surge. What do we still have? So we have our answer to Iron Hands. Now we need our answer to Miraidon. Looking at Raid Dens again. We already used our Route 24 Raid Den just now. Route 25. Do I still have my Raid Den there? Yeah, we have Safari Zone. I might go Safari Zone. Safari Zone has too many encounters, though, right? That's my biggest issue with the Safari Zone, is that there's so many encounters that it almost seems like a waste to use my Safari Zone encounter just on a Lieutenant Surge catch. Because in terms of mons that would be viable against Surge within the Safari Zone, let's see what we have here. So Iron Hands with Drain Punch is obviously going to be very, very nice for us to have on our team. Iron Moth also wouldn't hurt. Besides that, Chansey into Blissey would be a great wall for the special attackers. Other than that, though, Iron Thorns wouldn't be bad either. And Floette. Well, Floette would be good for Miraidon and for Iron Hands. I know that we have 1 encounter used on Route 25. And I believe it was the Raid Den, not the grass encounter. So let me see. If we go to Route 25, grass encounters. Oh no, I did already. No, I didn't use it. That's right, because this is where you could get Kara Blast. And this, I believe, was my original solution to Magearna and Iron Hands against, what's her name, Sabrina? But then I think that we had ended up backtracking. So actually, not really many encounters here either. Swablu, Tailo. What are Mega Altaria stats? Actually, if we go Mega Altaria... Mega Altaria has decent stats. We would get access to Moonblast. As well as, like, Dragon Dance Outrage would be nice. Yeah, Dragon Dance Outrage would also be nice, too. Even just, like, Outrage by itself, right? Forget about the Dragon Dance. We could go with that. An attack set of 110 is definitely nothing to scoff at. So we could go there. See more pros than cons? I mean, there probably are more pros than cons. The only thing is, though, right? There's one con in every scenario that's a really, really, really big con. And that's if the Paradox Pokemon faints against Lieutenant Surge, then we can no longer use it. And now we're blocked off from like half the Paradox Mons in the game this far ahead. Let's see. I am open to the idea of the Safari Zone, though. Definitely not off the table. I'm just trying to exhaust all of my other options before we go with Safari Zone. Right, Route 25 encounters, I don't think are going to do anything for us here. Oh, okay. What if... I'm gonna give Grimmsnarl Thunder Wave, and you might be wondering... Never mind. I was gonna say, you might be wondering why, but when we go up against Iron Moth, paralyzing it will help. But I also realized that if Iron Moth doesn't instantly get full paralysis, then we would be eating a Sludge Wave. But if we give Grimmsnarl Spirit Break, right? Give the Grimmsnarl Spirit Break. All we have to do at this point is ensure that we would be switching into a Dragon Pulse on Miraidon. So we would eat the Dragon Pulse, hope that Parabolic Charge doesn't KO, which I don't think it would, nor do I think, let's go, Summary, make sure the nature is right. Yeah. Nor do I think Dazzling Gleam, because Dazzling Gleam is no stab. Parabolic Charge is stab plus Electric Terrain, but it's a relatively weak base power move. And then Dragon Pulse is stab, but no effect. Alright. And because Grimmsnarl will not have taken any damage, because the only thing he would have done is Fake Out. Send in. I'm going to try this fight like 2 more times and then I got to go, because it is getting kind of late and, you know, work in the morning and everything like that. So, here's our plan. Anticipating Iron Hands to switch in. We Ice Beam. Do our damage to Iron Hands here. We then Volt Switch, do even more damage to Iron Hands, so that we can send out Akira. Right, Akira is going to come in, eat a Drain Punch, which I actually didn't even remember happening. I thought we had to eat, like... I'm glad we only ate a Drain Punch, you know, it would have been a lot worse otherwise. Let's go Psychic. And take out Iron Hands with that. Here we go. Iron Hands goes down. Miraidon comes out. Okay. Now... Is he going Dragon Pulse? Let's do this. Save state here. See if he goes Dragon Pulse. If he goes Dragon Pulse, then Joker eats it. We're in a good spot. Dragon Pulse, there we go. Alright, now, no. Y'all remember, I did mention Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave might come back, because if he does stay in, we either get a Spirit Break off of Miraidon, which is great, or if he decides to switch into Iron Moth, alright, he gets Calm Mind, and that's good, because Spirit Break will lower special defense, or sorry, special attack, and it'll offset those Calm Minds. Now, he's feeling pressure, has to attack. His options are switch out Miraidon into Iron Moth, or take the Spirit Break, hope to get a little bit of damage off on Joker and get KO'd. Sucker Punch might also do some damage here. Let's try Sucker Punch just to see what it does. Ah, man! That's annoying, because now I know I could have just KO'd. But, alright, Miraidon goes down. Same amount of health anyways. I don't think he's going to, I think he's going to attack with Iron Thorns because of the KO chance. So let's go, let's go Safe State 1, and anticipating he attacks with Fusion Bolt, we're going to absorb that with Luck. Ice Punch, okay, not the end of the world, still absorb it. Volt Switch, now we are anticipating a Stone Edge. Could try Shinra, right? I mean, this isn't the worst thing in the world. As long as he doesn't get off a Dragon Dance here. Wait a minute. Shinra, are you slower than Iron Hands? Dude, this is the slowest Pokemon of all time. Blaziken is like the most sneaky slow Pokemon of all time. Never in my life have I seen Blaziken get outsped by a Tyranitar dupe, bro. Base speed is 80. Iron Thorn's base speed, oh, but it's Jolly Nature. Right. Well, that is far from the end of the world, because that's why we have these. Alright, so he did, I think, what, a Stone Edge, right? Why did I send in Shinra anticipating a Stone Edge? Maybe we go Excalibur here, right? Anticipating either I anticipate a Dragon Dance, if I'm being honest with y'all. I'm gonna Shadow Ball. Yeah, Dragon Dance. Now I'm gonna King Shield and hope that he does not go for another Dragon Dance here. Please don't Dragon Dance again. Nice. Okay. Now at full health, I believe that we do survive one, and like a heavy emphasis on one, because just one, only one Fusion Bolt. If not, then I got to do some more thinking here. Come on, one, just one, just survive one. One, just with 1 HP. That's it, 1 HP. Of course not. Okay. We went Ice Punch here, right? I believe. So if we go Luck. Ah, okay. What if we did eat the Ice Punch, right? Times like this, we need a strong ground type. Actually, fun fact: we don't need a strong ground type. This Lieutenant Surge rematch, in addition to having permanent electric terrain, also has permanent Magnet Rise. So his entire team is immune to all ground type moves. Because the devs decided that I wasn't suffering enough, that players didn't suffer enough. Give him Magnet Rise too. Okay, here we go. Anticipating Stone Edge. We are going to come in here and see. Now my question is, oh, idea. Go Toad, right? No, bad idea. Bad idea. All right, Pokemon. Ice Punch, right, is the expectation. Eat the Ice Punch. Volt Switch, anticipating Stone Edge. Go Excalibur. That wasn't a Stone Edge. Maybe it was. Let's go Shadow Ball here. Another Fusion Bolt. Okay. I gotta pay attention to what he's using then. That might have been a Fusion Bolt then, if it did that much damage. Even in defensive form. Nope, it was a Stone Edge. Okay. Kira doesn't survive an Ice Punch, right? No stab. No. Booster energy cooks us. Alright. So yeah, only option for eating the Ice Punch is going to be Luck. Luck is also going to be our Volt Switcher. And then knowing that he's Stone Edges, we go Excalibur. Eat the Stone Edge, although not nearly as much as I would like. Now, if we save state there, and then anticipating a possible Fusion Bolt here. I think that's what he used, right? We go Luck again. Eat the Fusion Bolt. Again, Stone Edge is his option here. He could potentially Dragon Dance, anticipating me to go Volt Switch again. But we've done our damage here. So again, Stone Edge, right? We need a couple things from him here. We need him to... okay, that's not what I wanted to see. Because now single Dragon Dance, I don't think we live the Fusion Bolt. Yeah, we don't. If we did, I don't think he would have gone for it. Yeah. Alright, so it's exactly what we thought. He anticipated the switch in. What if then, anticipating his anticipation, right, we eat that. He anticipates we switch. He goes Dragon Dance here. We Ice Beam instead to get that damage off. Oh, Frostbite. Perfect. But he does have to eat. Alright. Now he's going to Dragon Dance. Okay. Here's what comes next. He is going to Stone Edge. We are going to eat it with Excalibur here. It'll hurt, but we eat, and that's what matters, right? It hurts, but we eat. I'm also going to King Shield to get the extra heal. And then we're going to Shadow Sneak. And this should finish off Iron Thorns here. There we go. Alright, who's left is Mega Manectric and Iron Moth. I don't have a great swap into either of those. Honestly, Iron Moth's deal is I just need a safe switch in. It's gonna Fiery Dance. That is something I can guarantee. And it's times like this that I really wish that I had my good friend, Benimaru. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Okay. Alright, last thing I'm gonna do, and this is gonna be my last attempt before I just gotta call it a stream tonight, is... Oh, Benny was on the team! No, he wasn't. Did I load the wrong save state? I did, okay. I was like, I'm gonna be so mad if Benny was on that team and I just restarted for no reason. Okay, we're gonna add Benny on the team in place of Shinra, because Shinra didn't really get any usage. And then also, I did notice that we didn't get much usage, really, out of Toad. And I'm wondering if we can swap Toad out in that case. I don't know for who yet. Maybe Goku? But yeah, we'll see. Sue potentially also, but that's another we'll see. Let me see, Jiro. I know you get access to Storm Drain. You don't get access to, like, Lightning Rod or anything, right? Static, Storm Drain, and Hydration. Okay, if I can get like another like Volt Absorb or something, that would be good. But we'll see what that looks like when it comes to it. What I also do have, however, is a Finizen who can switch into Palafin. So that's switching, but evolve into Palafin. 0 to hero upon switching is nice, but we do have to switch for that, unfortunately. Yeah, because I mean, it's Zero form, doesn't really do much. Hero form, that's where we get the base 160 attack and all that. running some damage here. Let's go Palafin Hero. I'm not going to build Palafin this stream. It'll be next stream. But if we do Adamant Nature Palafin with a... Where's the item? With a Mystic Water, a Dolphin. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But, let me show you what this thing evolves into. Alright, I was wrong. I guess I lied. I am going to build Palafin this time around. Alright. I just want to see how much Jet Punch does here. Jet Punch to Iron Moth. How much does that do? 2-hit KO. No. Energy Ball to 2-hit KO, which is perfect, because then Jet Punch does not KO. Fire Radiance is 3-hit KO. Sludge Wave is 2-hit KO. Dazzling Beam is 4-hit KO. Jet Punch is Oko from Palafin Hero. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. On Manectric, I don't think we're going to get as lucky, but 2-hit KO. Alright, so here, let me show you exactly what Finazin evolves into. So if we swap, let's say, Toad for Finazin, because that might be our answer to Iron Moth. Where's my rare candies? That's what I was looking for. Rare candies. Speed this up a little bit. How level does this thing evolve at? $38. Alright. I didn't mean to forget a move there. Flip Turn is actually really good for us to have. What's Palafin's base speed? 100. That's actually not bad. We can get into a Pokemon that it outspeeds and then Flip Turn to get our hero form. That'll be useful. So I'll forget, like, Focus Energy or something there. Alright, Evolution. It evolves into Palafin. So, another Dolphin. I will learn Liquidation, just because it's a great move. So let's do... Ooh, Encore is good to have, but I'm not going to need it for right now. So many moves. Just get to max level already. Alright, there we go. So Palafin at max level. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Right, so we are going to... I'm going to give it a Mystic Water too. Alright. Last save states for the night are going to be right here. Alright, Surge. Fake out. Pokemon. Luck. Absorb that. Ice Beam. Volt Switch. Expecting Drain Punch. Oh, you know what I could do, right? No. Bad idea. What did he just use on me? That wasn't what I thought he was going to use. Either way, Volt Switch. Now we expect Drain Punch. Maybe he expected me to switch, so we went Plasma Fist, and I resisted. Drain Punch. Now we will fight, and we will... Psychic. Mega Evolve. Take it out. Miraidon comes in, and as much as we would love to, we cannot take out Miraidon this way. But anticipating a Dragon Pulse. Come in here. Did not use... Alright. Alright, Surge. Volt Switch. Ah, I messed up. I was not supposed to go Volt Switch there. That's okay, though. We can go... Palafin. In here, I can show you what Palafin's ability does. So Palafin has a very rare ability called Zero to Hero. This is its Zero form. When it switches out of battle, let's say if we use Flip Turn here. choose our Mon that we're going to swap into. Anticipating a Plasma Fist again, I'm going to send out Luck. Good prediction. But now, Palafin, since it switched out of battle, is in its hero form. So this is what Palafin looks like after switching out of battle. It gets a huge boost to its attack stat, so its attack is now 218. The nature is detrimental, so that would be higher if it were beneficial. But yeah, it becomes a much more viable Pokemon. Alright, expecting Drain Punch here. We're going to Volt Switch into Akira. Alright, Volt Switch into Akira. Akira is going to now Mega Evolve and go Psychic. Alright, so I thought he was going to go for a Spirit, or not Spirit Break, sorry, a Dragon Pulse here. So I'll go for the Spirit Break. No, it goes Dazzling Gleam, okay. Because that makes perfect sense, I guess. Yeah, I don't have a switch into Dazzling Gleam. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a stream for that right now, because I'm doing too much thinking about this. My brain is fried. So yeah, I mean, y'all already know, man. As always, thanks to y'all for showing up, showing out, and showing love. Only thing I'm gonna say about the chat at the beginning of the stream is, guys, be normal. That is it. Like, that is it. Y'all know me, right? I'm somebody who doesn't take my stream or my channel super duper serious, so I'm not the type to, you know, try to heavily moderate the chat or anything like that. So for those of you who have asked to be mods, that's like a big reason of why I haven't made any mods or any new mods recently, is because, like, you know, I don't think it's that serious that we really need mods or anything like that. But the only thing that I ask is, right, be normal and be respectful. Don't go around insulting people. Don't go around calling people names, anything like that. Because, you know, that's not what we do here. Not only is that not what we do here, but you're not gonna get like a reaction that way, right? The most that you're gonna get is me saying, hey, please don't do that, and then you're just gonna get banned from the chat afterwards. So I don't know what the end goal here is, but yeah, it doesn't take much to just, you know, act like a normal person, treat everybody with respect, and yeah, and that's it. And you know, when we say ignore this person and move on, that means ignore that person and move on. It means do not get into it going back and forth with them or this, that, and the other. Just let it be. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream for right now, man. As always, I want to thank you guys for showing up, showing out, and showing love. Are eggs considered encountered where they are obtained or hatched? I've been doing obtained. Yeah, obtained. I mean, to be fair, in Radical Red, every egg has like a 50-step hatch maximum. So it's likely that's going to be the same place anyways, unless you get your egg and then like fly somewhere else. But yeah, I've been doing obtained. But yeah, like I said, hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Fantastic rest of your week. And I'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace out.